Alright, so first of all, good morning, Miss Han and audiences. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to me. My name is Ren as a presenter today, and today I would like to present about my special design tour package that I have created entitled Explore Singapore for 3 days and 2 nights. And why did I say special design? Because it's not like any other tour package that could be found online or anywhere, but this one are made with full of thought, care, and love to meet the tourism needs for vulnerable groups, especially the senior citizen. And why did I decide to make this tour package? It's because of the concept of the inclusivity of tourism, which is tourism is for all. And as we know that travel is a wonderful way to enrich our memories, to create memories, and then to connect with new places and people. But for many people, especially them for from vulnerable groups, for example, like the senior citizen, the idea of traveling itself can come with a lot of concern. For example, like whether it is their health, the comfort, the accessibility, or even their safety. That's why I've created this special design to the package, the special design to package that ensure the needs of the senior citizen. And the goal of this tour package is to provide not only just a trip, but a caring and supportive experience that empowers senior citizens to explore the world with confidence, with dignity and joy. Now, let's talk about why I choose Singapore as the destination. So there are several reasons that make Singapore a senior-friendly tourist destination. The first one, Singapore is a multicultural country, which means visitor can experience various culture and culinary in one place. And the second one, Singapore has modern infrastructure that is very accessible for everyone, including senior traveler. And the third one, tourist attractions are well connected and easy to reach using public transportation. Yes, the high accessibility. And then the last but not least, Singapore is known for its high level of safety and cleanliness, which makes it very comfortable place to visit. And for this tour package, my target market is senior citizen age about 45 to 16 years old. For example, like women social gathering groups want to travel together in comfort and security. Next, we'll talk about the transportation, which is the international flight that we'll be using. So the islands that we'll be using to depart from Indonesia to Singapore will be using Garuda Islands, which depart at 11:30 Indonesian time and will arrive in Singapore estimated at 2:20 p.m. And in this ticket, it also include meals for the for the tourists, and then it has space for each seat about 31 inches, which is very large, so yeah, it will be very comfortable. And for the luggage itself, the cabin is 7 kilograms, and then the baggage is 30 kilograms. And for the return flight from Singapore to Jakarta, we'll be using Batik Air Airlines, which is depart at 5:30 p.m. Singaporean time and will be arriving in Indonesia about estimated 6:20 p.m. And for the meals, it's not included, but don't worry because we'll be getting dinner before we'll be getting lunch, sorry, before we depart from Singapore. And for the space, its seat is 33 inches, which is even more large, even larger than before. And for the luggage, cabin 7 kilograms, and for the baggage is 20 kilograms. So yeah, it less than the depart flight. But if you bring more luggage when you back to Indonesia, please you can pay it yourself. Next, we'll discussing about the accommodation that we'll be using in Singapore. So the accommodation that we'll be using is Jan Singapore Orchard Gateway by Shangri-La, which is 4 stars hotel. And why we choose this hotel? It's because it provides a lot of facilities that ensure the comfort, the safety, and security of the tourists. For example, I really want to highlight that in this hotel, especially in their toilet, it has handrail to make sure that when senior citizens using the toilet, it will be safe for them. And it also have elevator to access the upper floors. And the Chan Singapore Orchard Gateway Hotel near to a lot of public places, for example, like the Embassy of Indonesia, which is only less than 2 kilometers away, and then the police center, which is about 1 kilometer away from the hotels, and the hospital, which is less than 3 kilometers away. That's why we choose this hotel as our accommodation, and we'll be staying at the hotel for 2 nights. Next one is the itinerary for the day one. So we'll be depart from Indonesia, which is the flight schedule is 11:30 p.m. and then we'll be arrive in Singapore estimated at 2:20 p.m. Singaporean time. And then after we arrive in Singapore, we'll be exploring the Changi Airport first. We'll be seeing the Butterfly Garden and then Jewel Rainforest. And after that, we'll go to have dinner at Bonding Kitchen Orchard, Singapore. We'll have a drive about 20 kilometers. Yes, quite far. But during the drive, we'll be seeing like some kind of city tour. We'll be seeing the atmosphere of Singapore, which is full of like restaurant, the sightseeing of restaurant, and then shopping center and mall and luxury hotels and etc. And we'll be having dinner at the Bonding Kitchen Orchard Singapore. After that, we'll go to hotel, which is Chen Singapore Orchard Gateway, to check in and rest. That is our day one. And then this is the facilities that provide in the Changi Airport. It provide wheelchairs that are available for everyone to use, which is free also. And then it also provide porter service that you could use, but it's excluded from the package. And lift and escalator, and then medical clinics, and also the attraction and comfortable sitting areas. Next, this is the itinerary for day two. So after we have breakfast at the Jen Singapore or Karikati Way Hotel, we'll be visiting the Sentosa Island and will take around about 45 minutes, but during the drive we'll seeing like a shifting atmosphere from the orchard area, which is like full of city kind of turning into like the more relaxing atmosphere. And when we almost enter the Sentosa Island, we also will be seeing the palm trees and beaches, something like that. And then we'll be exploring the Southside Internet Market and having lunch at there. And then after that, we'll be transferred to Fort Siloso Skywalk and then exploring that. After that, we'll be transferring to Arab Street and we'll be having dinner at Warung Anak Indo. After that, after the dinner, we'll back to Jan Singapore Orchard Gateway Hotel to rest. Okay, so this is the destination for the day two, which is Singapore Oceanarium for sits 40 Solo Skywalk. And it provides facilities that is accessible for everyone, including the senior citizens, so it's very comfortable for them. Next, this is the itinerary for day three. So after we have breakfast at the hotel and then check out, we'll transfer to Chinatown. And at the Chinatown, we'll be exploring and buying cave there. And then after that, we'll be having lunch at Mulan Dipin Beef Noodle Restaurant. After we having lunch, we'll be transferred to Gardens by the Bay to see the beauty of Singapore itself. And then after that, We'll be go to Changi Airport because it's almost our departing time, which is at 5:30 p.m. and we'll be arriving in Indonesia estimated at 6:20 p.m. Indonesian time. And next, this is the destination for the 3 or less day, which is Chinatown, Singapore, and Garden by the Bay, also Melian Park. Okay, so next we'll discuss about the transfer insurance and the terms and condition of the package. So, in this package, it already included the travel insurance, which is Zurich. Zurich is the transfer insurance that we use to ensure the safety and comfort of the tourists while traveling and to avoid unwanted incidents. And this insurance in the tour package is included for the cancellation and trip change fees about 15 million rupiah, and then the medical expenses about 350 million rupiah. And then for the terms and condition, the age of the participant are age about 45 until 16 years old, and then 60 years old. And then for the medical condition, participants are required to attest the result of a medical checkup. And then next for the medical service, if participants have certain medical condition, they are required to confirm this condition before the departure and bring their own medicine because we um, as a travel operator only provided the common first aid. And then for the supporting facilities, we also will be providing folding chair for each of the tourists. So yeah, that is the terms and condition that need to be followed and to be pay attention to in this tour package. So, in conclusion, this Singapore tour package is more than just a holiday, but it's also a journey to celebrate the inclusivity, the comfort, and connection. And by designing this program for vulnerable groups, we aim to prove that travel can be safe, can be meaningful, and accessible for everyone. That tourism is for everyone. And with with the help of Singapore modern infrastructure, strong safety standard, and welcoming environment, make it perfect for destination to achieve that goal. That the tourism itself can be safe, can be comfort, even for them that come from vulnerable groups. Thank you so much for your attention. See you next time.